India is in the midst of a massive national vaccination rollout program. Multiple questions still swirl about the safety and the efficacy of the vaccines that are being administered. Questions also about how we can scale up the speed at which these vaccines are being rolled out. To talk about all the questions that have been swirling around the manner in which vaccines are being rolled out and what happens from here, we want to go across live and exclusive on the India Today network. We're joined at this time by the Chief Executive of Serum Institute, Adar Poonawalla, the man who's responsible for the vast majority of the vaccines being rolled out in our country. Mr. Poonawalla, welcome to India Today. I want to ask straight up the question about the safety and efficacy of the AstraZeneca vaccine. Yours is a vaccine very similar to the one that in Europe at this moment finds itself in the eye of a storm. I'm reading an article on Daily Mail where you've got UK regulators, Marco Calaveri, who's the head of vaccines, now alleging that there's a link between the jab and blood clots. Now, this is a question that people have in their minds, and I want you as the manufacturer of this vaccine in India to respond to this entire controversy with the European Medicine Agency saying that they are baffled about how the vaccine being given by AstraZeneca is potentially leading to blood clots in people in Europe. How do you respond to this? Adar Poonawalla, welcome.
So thank you, Rahul. You know, I've stayed silent intentionally for the last 2 months on a number of issues because we don't want to unnecessarily cause headlines, and I think the silence was deafening, as they say, because of so many questions, you know, in the public domain that remain unanswered, and I suppose somebody has to answer them. From our point of view, this vaccine, from the time it was in its clinical stages, was associated with different levels of efficacy, neurological issues, and now this business of blood clots. What I always maintained is that let the investigators and regulators investigate the matters and then come to their logical conclusions, instead of, you know, going by what, you know, is being said in the media or what manufacturers claim is happening. So what we saw that the Ministry of Health in India, the WHO, the EMEA and other countries have said that this vaccine is perfectly safe. In fact, even with this recent matter of blood clots, I never wanted to make a statement because next week you're going to hear the conclusion to what is happening, and we should wait for that. Because what really needs to be established in any adverse reactions or other severe adverse events, as they're known as, that is there a cause and a link, and is it statistically significant where the risks outweigh the benefits? Certainly here, the quantum of blood clots that have happened, we have to still establish and see if it's vaccine related based on the fact that, you know, blood clots is a normal phenomena in a given population of age and morbidity, comorbidities. So we have to see whether the vaccinated group of people in these countries have found a higher incidence of blood clots compared to those that aren't, and is that even statistically significant? That is your starting point. Then you have to go into establishing whether there's a link between the two, because there still could be many factors. So let's wait and see what happens. So far we've seen that there's no issue like that here associated with the vaccine. The vaccine is providing excellent safety and efficacy. Everybody I talk to, and we've seen that with their own public announcements. In fact, the real testament is that everyone who's been vaccinated, not even 2 or 3% of those people who have got COVID-19 have had to be hospitalized. So we're seeing that 90 plus, 94% plus efficacy with even one dose of Covishield in India, which is actually validating what was seen in Scotland Public Health with their study that they've done, which will be published in Lancet and is already on their website, which has happened in more than 400,000 people as a study.